We purchased about 9 acres last June and another 2.5 acres this January, so we're just a new organization. So our goal is to grow and donate produce to reduce hunger and food insecurity in our community. So there's about 9.5% of the population here is food insecure, and what they call Planning District 16, which is City of Fredericksburg, Stafford, Spotsy, Caroline County, King George. It's about 41,000 people, about 11% of the kids. And so we know we can't solve the problem, but we can grow stuff and donate it. So that's what we're doing. We're growing stuff and donating it. So far we've been, we had a goal this year, which is our first full year of operation, of growing and donating 25,000 pounds. So right now, so we surpassed that goal in October. We didn't know if we would make it or not. It was kind of a stretch goal. We're now at 32,000 pounds. We have a good shot at going over 40,000 pounds. So we feel really good about that. Eventually, we want to get to 100,000 pounds that we grow and donate annually. There are 3 other community farms in Virginia, and most years they do over 100,000. So we feel like, we can do the same. And they're about the same size we are. So that's kind of what we're doing. We haven't had the opportunity to grow and donate fruit before. And, fruit is a very much in demand kind of product. So we researched what kind of fruit trees we could grow in Virginia without using pesticides, because we don't use any chemical pesticides. So Asian pear is what Sarah and the other folks at FOR kind of came up with, and we agreed with that. So we're really excited to have Asian pear trees. We've talked to Dan Mayer, the head of the food bank here in Fredericksburg. Most of what we grow, we donate to the food bank. We also donate to food pantries. Everything we grow, we donate. We don't sell anything. And anyway, the food bank believes that Asian pears will be well received by the people who use their services. So it's all up to you guys. If you do a good job planting these things, we're going to have great Asian pears, and people will really enjoy them. And it's just so exciting to me, and I know to Jim, who's also on our board, Jim Miller, to be able to see this happening. There was a fence that was right around here. We own this property, but we didn't think we'd use it for a while. But Sarah determined that this was the best area for these fruit trees. So Dominion Energy actually moved the fence for us out here so we could have this area where we could have these fruit trees. So it's just so, I can't tell you how excited I am to be here today on this beautiful day with all of you guys planting these fruit trees that, in a year or two, they're just going to do fantastically well, and they'll make a difference to people in our community. So from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you to all of you for being here.
We'll see how it looks. A lot of times when we get trees from nurseries, they get what's called root bound. Does anybody know what that means? Anyone make guesses what that means?
Sticks to the bottom of the bag.
It sticks to the bottom of the bag. Yeah, it grows in like a spiral. Think like a spiral staircase. And it just wraps around itself, and it likes to get stuck. As you can see, this might be the hardest part of your day. You're not going to hurt the tree. Don't be afraid to do what I just did. You're not going to hurt it. All right. So if the roots are growing around in a circle, do you think that's good or bad for the tree? Bad. Why? Why do we think it's bad for the tree? Limits their growth, supposed to go down. Yeah, if it grows in a circle for too long, as the root gets wider, it can actually just suffocate the tree. And so then all this great work that we're doing today will be for nothing, because the tree will die. And we don't want that, right? We care about these trees. We want these trees to live. So usually we do what's called a bad haircut. We really just want to look at what these roots are doing. We look for something called a root collar. Does anybody know what a root collar is? You didn't know this was going to be interactive this morning, did you? I work with a lot of kids, so these are just all the questions I ask. Does anyone know what a root collar is?
No.
Does anyone want to learn what a root collar is? Oh, Brian, you want to tell the class?
I like to say the root collar is the lungs of the tree. It's where the tree allows the oxygen to get absorbed and send it down to the roots. It also can be described as the bump at the bottom of the tree.
Yes, absolutely right. It's where the tree gets wider. I like to think of it as spokes on a wheel where all those tiny roots are coming out. Right, we want to see that above ground. If you plant the tree too low, it will die. I would much rather see them too high than too low.
Why will it die if it's too low, Sarah?
Why will it die? Does anyone have any guesses? Interactive. This is a learning. You guys missed school, right?
Doesn't get oxygen.
Doesn't get oxygen? Absolutely. And sometimes too, if the bark is underground, right, it's holding a lot of moisture to it, and that can cause it to rot and then snap and then die. Trees, they want to live, they really do, but they're kind of picky, especially when we plant them in places. So I look at my roots, and my roots honestly look really good. I'm very happy with this root ball. So what do you think the next step is? We have it, we found the root collar, right? It's right here where it gets wider and those roots start to come out. What's the next step? Put it in, right? Okay, so if I just drop it in like this, do you think that's good? Do you think that's too low, too high?
Too low.
Too low.
Too low.
Underneath it.
This is why we're gonna be in buddies. So one person's gonna hold it up. We wanna be able to see this above ground. If you wanna check, you can take one of those stakes and put it over the hole like this and see where your root collar lays. Like so.
Now you guys will notice that Sarah's kind of pushing it down. We have this mound from the auger, so we don't want to measure from the top of the mound. We want to find actually that base level of the ground.
Yep, and I want it just a little too high. And this is perfect. A lot of these, when you get ornamental fruit trees, they're grafted. So sometimes their roots just look a little weird. Again, too high is better than too low, always. And if you have questions, please ask us. So one person's gonna hold it up about where we want that planted, and the other one's just gonna push some dirt in. Like so. Super easy, super fun. As we're putting the dirt back into the hole, we're also gonna compress it. Sometimes it's called healing in a tree. Has anybody heard that before? It's exactly what it sounds like. You take your heel and you just push the dirt down around the tree. Why do you think we do that?
So it doesn't fall into
Yeah, so it doesn't fall over. We're telling it goodnight, right? Think about if there was a windstorm or a rainstorm, right? You want that soil to be tight enough that it's holding this in place. That's also why we'll have stakes around the tree to help keep it upright in the event of any wind or rain.